Hello everybody, this is Trina. I am working on the tags that I want to go on these. They're going to be a gift. Um, my in-laws came to visit one year and, well, I think it was probably last year around Thanksgiving, and we had a couple of containers of them and they just loved them. They just fell in love, and when they went home they couldn't find them where they lived, so they actually started purchasing them online, and oh my goodness, I cannot imagine how much that would be. So we knew they would love them, and they live in another state, so I decided, it'd be kind of nice to send them some. So and in between all that, they stopped selling them, so they're kind of a special thing. So I am going to be using this tag from the Fancy Tags, I want to say die collection. It's a die set from Close to My Heart, and it has like, I don't even know how many dies it has in there, but it's a whole bunch of dies. So and they're different size tags. So this one actually has the border, and then it has a faux stitched line around the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and hopefully I can get 2 of these out of here. I don't know if I will be able to or not. Ooh, maybe just barely. So it won't work there either, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll just get a new sheet. Alright, so this one should work just fine. Oh, perfect. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Actually, let's just do this. Let's do this. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut these. And these tags are called Fancy Tags, and they're from Close to My Heart. I'll leave the link in the description box below to my Close to My Heart website. If you're interested in buying them. Isn't that cute? So there's one. So I decided that I kind of wanted to do a his and hers for them, mostly because they're so yummy. I mean, I personally don't like them, but they think they're so yummy they don't like to share with each other. And so I thought it would be kind of cute to do a his and hers tags. When they open up the box, they can see the his and hers tags. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. Off camera, because I didn't want this to be like 400 years long. That was total exaggeration, by the way. I already picked out the ribbon, I guess, I don't know what you call it, ribbon, twine, rickrack that I'm gonna have go around the edge, or around the top of each one. So that actually took me about a half hour just to figure out what I wanted to do with
So
that.
I am going ahead and using my silhouette to make my words. I'm typing out the his and hers, and I'm going to change the font. I got my font at I think it's 100freefonts.com or freefonts.com, something like that. I just googled free fonts and clicked on one. I'll leave the link in the description box below. And I'll write the name of the font. I'm pretty sure it starts with a K, but I'm not Okay, I'm absolutely certain that starts with a K. I just can't remember what the word was, the name of it was. So I'm going ahead and resizing these. I want these to just barely stick over the edges of the tag. And so I'm just making sure that the hers will actually fit in length as well as width because it's a letter longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, once I get it to the right size, I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to release the compound path. And what that's going to do is it's going to separate each letter, and then I'm going to ungroup to separate the inner circles and loops from the letter. So like this, the little loop there of the S will be separate. So now I'm just going through and connecting or welding each of the pieces that I want welded, like down by the bottom of the S, it's welded. So right now I'm releasing compound path, and then I'm moving it over, and I'm showing you right there that the E and the H need to be connected. So I am ungrouping the E so that the little circle doesn't disappear. And then I'm going to weld the R and the E and the S and the E, and then I'm going to group all of it together so that the little circles, they're not really circles, but the little dead areas aren't missing. So on to the rest.
I've got 2 of these. We're gonna go, so I'm debating, I've already cut these on my Cameo. So I've got his and I've got hers. And I don't know exactly how I want them to go on there. I was debating, okay, so this is what I was debating. I can do that with the red. I like the classic feel of it. Or I can take and I cut out both of them in white, and I can foil them, and I can either foil them in gold or I can foil them, ooh, sorry about that, in like a holographic foil. Now the ribbons and things that I'm using, so for his I'm going to be using these, and then for hers I'm going to be using, if I can get it to these. And the reason I chose these is because these are kind of like an old-fashioned classic combination, and then these are more of a jolly, kind of combination, rustic jolly, and I think that really suits their style. So that's why I wasn't sure whether to do gold. See, like I could even do gold on his and then red on hers, because hers is it doesn't have any color per se, and then this one has both colors. So I think I'm going to go ahead and foil his and try it, and I will be right back to show you guys kind of the difference between the two. So okay, I will be right back. How this came out. You can see how it's all covered. I hope it came out nice, because I don't want to have to do it again. Oh, very distressed. It actually doesn't look bad though. So, which one do you like most? Distressed? You could totally do both, like that. I don't know. So that didn't work. I mean, I like it. I like it, but not for this project. So I guess we'll just go with the red, his and hers. That makes things a bit more simple. So, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and glue these down. And I'm gonna go ahead and, where's my my glue. I'm going to use the Zig two-way glue pen. I love this pen. It works great. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. Okay. So now we're going to place this on here. And I'm just kind of trying to center it sort of in the middle. I like that. Okay, and then I'm going to do the tittle, which is the dot for the eye. Ooh. Like so. And that one's done. And then we'll do hers. Now, I'll tell you what, I love the basil cardstock. Basil, whatever it's called. I love it. It's great cardstock, especially for card bases. However, die cutting, I could not get it to, it took me three or four tries to get it to actually cut. And I even had to go in and trim like the inside corners and stuff like that with my X-Acto knife. So I would highly suggest not using basil, whatever it's called, for your die cutting. I guess it might be a not so sharp blade, but the white ones that I used, or the white dies that I cut, that I just foiled. Alright, so let's see, those worked out perfectly, so there was no issues with those at all. I could just cut them and pull them off, so that's something to take into consideration with the type of cardstock that you use. Ah. Like that. And then like that. Alright, so on the back, yep, nope, none of that. And there's just a tiniest little bit there. So I did let it come off the edges because I wanted it to feel kind of big. So that's exactly where I'm wanting it to be. They're not perfect because of the type of cardstock that I use. Like there's a couple of fuzzies over here on the sides that I don't know if I really want to worry too much about. I highly doubt they're going to even notice. They're not crafty by any stretch of the word as far as paper crafts go, so I really don't think they're going to care. And then here's his. And so I am going to also, or I wanted to, decorate these with you guys so that you guys can, who knows, maybe you guys have an idea and you don't know exactly how to go about decorating them. So what I did was I have like I will show you a picture here of the three iris bins that I have, and I have my laces and my rickrack. I don't even know if I spelled that wrong. I feel like it should be with K's, not with C's, but hey, it doesn't really matter that much. But and then twine. And so a lot of this was given to me. This one I got at Target like 2 or 3 years ago. And so I put those three together and they just felt right. So I am just going to wrap this around here And I don't even know, I just kind of eyeballed it, really. So, and I'm just going to wrap this around here. And then I'm going to tie a bow. I think I'm going to tie a bow. I don't know if that's going to look right with the bow, but it looks pretty good. And then I'm going to somehow attach the his somehow. I'm thinking maybe I should just like adhere it in there. I could totally like add it in. I don't know. I kind of don't want a big bow with all of that. I think I want to tie this in a knot. Oh, that kind of sucked. And then tie this one in a knot. And then add this through here. This is the very first time I've ever made one of these, so bear with me here. And then I'm gonna let that hang a little bit, I think, so that I have room to do a bow up here with the other ribbon, like an actual tag would be. If I can get that to work for me, like that. And then I will tie a bow with this here. Fingers crossed it works. I usually tie my bows upside down so that they actually, maybe I should do that. Tie it upside down. Okay, so when I tie it straight, like right side up, my ends always end up. So when I tie them upside down, the ends that usually end up are going to be down. So, and no, I am not a professional at doing bows, but, oh, look at that. Okay, so there's that, and then this one here can go up and under and around like so. Okay, so let me look at this. I don't know if I like that or not. That one still ended up going up. There we go. There, that's better, that's better, that's better. Okay, I like that better. So now we've got these up, and it's kind of turned, but I don't mind it because the tag is all turned anyways. And then I'm just going to trim some of these off, I think. If I can find my scissors. And I just want to kind of trim them off about the length of the jar. And there we go, we've got his. And I think on the back I'm gonna write sharing optional. Because they have kids that live at home, so I think that would be kind of cute. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and try this one. Hopefully I've got enough time left without making this extremely long. So what I imagined was we've got this one here, and we tie that one. And that one's going to be a bow. Ooh. Do I know what I'm doing? Absolutely not. Like I said before, I don't know what I'm doing, but I am definitely willing to try. So here I go. And yes, I could look it up. There are tons of different tutorials out there on bows, and I have so many things that I have to do that winging it is my best at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this off. I like that. It's cute. maybe to the side, but it's still cute. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get this. Now this was off of a wedding dress that my mother had gotten a long time ago. And I'm not exactly sure how I want to do this part. It was not her wedding dress. It was just a wedding dress. She went through a time where she was redesigning wedding dresses for family members and friends of the family. And she did a really good job, I would have to say. Alright, so I'm starting to wonder if I need to just glue that to each other or themselves, or what, you know what I mean? But I like that. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some liquid glue and I'm going to go ahead and glue this to itself, maybe, if it's not clogged. Okay, that should not be clogged. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to glue that to itself so that it doesn't come undone, but it doesn't have a huge knot in it either, so the bow can really speak for itself. Okay, so far that's what I've got. This will be coming down and this will be coming down like that, and that's going to be around the edge, kind of see. And then what was my last thing? Hey, where'd my gold go? Oh, where did it go? Got pieces everywhere here. Alright, it ran away from me. Okay, so this one is going to hold the tag, and this one I think is just going to go right around either the center or the top, whatever. And I'm going to tie it down underneath of this as well. Find the tag would be good, and I'm going to go ahead and tie this once. Like so. I don't know if that's down below. That is not down below. Oh, it said feline is kind of wild right now. So I'm just going to pull this down around the sides, and then I'm going to kind of pull it a little tight, and then we'll do hers. And I totally could have done like hers and his like this, as far as like this, but I didn't want hers to be upside down, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tie that. You know what? I'm gonna have to tie that twice first and then put that on. It's coming loose on me. Okay, now I can put this back in there. And then we'll tie this. And remember, I'm just doing it just a little bit loose so that the tag can move around a little bit without too much of a hassle. And then, so when this comes down, you'll have the gold ones, and I think I'm going to trim that up a little bit. There we go. And it will look like that. I'll have some pretty stuffs and a big bow. Okay, so I've got his and hers. And I'm going to go ahead and put these in their box and get them packaged and ready to go. So I will see you guys later. Thanks for joining me.